Here we go. I'm gonna make this quick because I have a lot of stuff to cover here. This is my gear check. This is all the gear that I use between vlogging, making features, basically any video that you would see on this YouTube channel. I've been requested to shoot this video since like over a year ago, since before 1,000 subscribers, kept on putting it off. And now I'm finally doing it because I'm happy with my setup. I've figured out how to use everything to more or less its full potential, and now I can talk to you guys about it. So first off, I shoot on the Sony A6300. This camera is absolutely mind-blowing for like the price of it. This is Canadian. I think I paid $1,300. It's about $1,000 US. It shoots 4K, shoots 1080p at 120 frames per second. It's got all of the awesome Sony S-Log2, S-Log3, all their amazing gamma profiles and everything, fully customizable. It's basically an A7S II that has been interchanged with a crop sensor instead of a full frame sensor, and a little bit less ISO range. That being said, the low light performance in this camera is absolutely amazing. You just gotta make sure you're not shooting in S-Log when you're shooting low light. Anyways, the lens that I'm shooting with, which is the lens that's on this camera 99% of the time, is the Canon 16-35. Yes, I'm using Canon glass with a Sony camera. To make that happen, I have the Metabones version 2 EF to E-mount adapter. This adapter allows me to control the aperture. Technically, it does allow me to do autofocus, but the autofocus with this adapter is absolute garbage. It doesn't ever want to pull or stay in one spot, and it takes about 20 seconds to just focus on something really simple, which is really unfortunate because the A6300 has one of the most advanced autofocus systems that Sony has ever put in one of their cameras. So this is what I've been using for the last, I've been using Canon glass on my old Sony A7S. It's what I've been using for the last like 2 years, so pretty familiar with it. I do eventually want to move to all Sony glass, but this is what I'm using right now, and you know what? It gets the job done, and this lens is absolutely amazing. I also have the Canon 70-200 f4 non-IS. This is the kind of the base model of Canon 70-200 series. It does everything I need when it comes down to a zoom lens. Mostly I use this lens when I'm shooting any modeling, behind the scenes, any tripod mounted shots, anything like that. So now we know what camera I use, what lenses I use. Now the next question is, well, I guess we should move on to my drone. This is the DJI Phantom 4. Most of you have probably heard about it before. It's basically DJI's flagship drone next to the Mavic that just came out. I personally like the image that comes out of this drone more than what comes out of the Mavic. I haven't shot with the Mavic before, but from comparisons that I've seen, this produces a much sharper 4K image, and that's what I'm all about when it comes down to it, is like how sharp is your 4K and how much can you crop into it if you absolutely need to. This drone's been amazing. I have yet to crash it actually. I'm on the first set of propellers that it's come with. I have an extra 4 just in case anything happens, but I'm still on the original 4 that I put on it. Moving from there, I have the Sony Action Cam. Nothing special here. I usually call it the Craption Cam because it's not super amazing. I do also have a GoPro, but I'm pretty sure it's broken and I haven't actually used it in a long time. I use this mainly for any stuff that's mounted onto the side of a car, or times when I don't have access to this camera. I have a few different attachments for it as well. One with a flip out screen, so that I can use it almost like a handy cam. I also have this suction cup mount. basically just screws onto here. I can suction this onto cars or onto whatever I need to. It's really sturdy. That is the Sony, oh, what is this? It's about a year and a half old. I actually won it in a contest through Level 1 Productions. I made it to the finals of the Filmer Unknown contest, and they sent me this to make a video with, and I got to keep it at the end. So that's the Sony Action Cam. It's really, really fisheye, super wide angle. Not the best, but not the worst. Nothing compared to the new GoPro though. Let's move to my audio. And I know that my audio in my last few vlogs has not been super amazing. Mostly that's my fault for not controlling the gain levels in post-production. Not matching up gain throughout the entire video, and so you get like really low volume when I'm talking, and then it goes really high during the music, and that's me not setting a constant gain. But this microphone, this is the Rode Videomic Pro. I've changed the elastics on it, I have changed like the battery, I have completely like reassembled it. No matter what I do, I still get this weird clicking with it. I've used this mic for about a year and a half now. I'm probably going to be getting rid of it because I want to keep my audio much cleaner and much more consistent for you guys and not have any distracting clicking noises when I need to turn the camera around from pointing towards me to pointing towards something that I'm trying to film. Next on the audio, which is kind of the most important tool that I got recently that I should have had for a long time, is my Zoom H4n Recorder. So this is an external audio recorder. You can plug in XLR microphones into it, or you can record off of the two onboard left and right microphones. What this allows you to do is basically record audio in ways that you can't with the onboard microphone or a microphone that's attached to your camera. So when it comes down to doing features and recording audio for cars, what I will usually do is I will take this suction cup, mount my Zoom H4n to it, and then mount this to either the hood of the car to get intake, blow-off valve noises, turbo spool noises, or I'll mount it to the rear bumper to get exhaust notes. Usually after we're done shooting, I'll just get the driver of the car, or the owner of the car, to go for a drive and record a bunch of audio, and then that's what I sync in so that we can get like awesome audio in the clips. Next piece of the puzzle is how do I get those crazy smooth shots in all my feature videos and everything. And that is courtesy of this guy right here. This is my 3-axis gimbal. This particular one is the Sony A6300. It's about 2 years old, and at the time it was like top of the line. Like, this was one of the better gimbals that you could get if you wanted to be spending less than $4,000 or $5,000. And over time, I've noticed a lot of issues with it. A lot of issues, a lot of good things. It does still get the job done. I do plan on moving onto something like a DJI Ronin soon, but for the size of camera that I shoot with and what I need this gimbal to do, it's absolutely a dream. It has a thumb joystick, which you have to pay hundreds of dollars extra on most gimbals to get as an option. This came stock with it. It's made of carbon fiber, makes it extremely light. It weighs about half as much as a DJI Ronin, and it auto-tunes itself. I don't have to do any adjustments or anything. As long as it's balanced fairly accurately, it will basically compensate for everything on its own. With the auto balancing though, sometimes my horizon will start to tilt off to the side, which kind of gets annoying, and then I have to go and kind of like force it back flat. Usually it'll hold its place, and I won't have any issues after I've moved it back. But this is the tool that gets me all those shots. That is what basically any filmmaker who's doing similar kind of stuff to what I'm doing is using something like this. Some kind of 3-axis gimbal. It's pretty much an industry standard now that you need one. There's glide cams, there's other stabilizers that people use, but you just can't get the same kind of consistency out of other stabilizers as you can with 3-axis gimbals. Now, to be able to frame my shots and see my camera and everything, I use this monitor, which is the aperture, however you pronounce it, VS2 monitor. It's like a $200, $300 monitor, full HDMI, 1080p. It has everything from peaking, which is your focus points, to zebras for exposure, all sorts of different menus. I don't actually record to it, everything is still in camera, but having this monitor to be able to actually see what you're framing, what you're shooting, makes shooting a million times easier. I don't think I'd be able to shoot like I do if I didn't have a monitor like this. Next up on the list is I've got some other stuff right here. I've got a matte box, I've got a follow focus, got a set of rails. Those are all things that I will very rarely use. From there, we have, I guess I wouldn't be like doing a full gear check if I didn't talk about what I actually use to edit the videos that you guys see. So here I have, and it's nothing special, this is my 2011 MacBook Pro 15-inch. It has a 500 gigabyte solid state drive in it. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. It's a 2.2 gigahertz quad core processor. So it handles the 4K all right, but I can only ever get about 20, maybe 30 seconds of playback in a row when I'm actually editing. So that makes it a little bit of a struggle when I'm starting to do more intricate editing, like I have been recently with all my zoom in, out, pan and tilt transitions and everything. Often I'll have to actually export the entire sequence so that I can watch it smoothly and then go in and make all my changes, which is not the best workflow, but right now I'm working with what I have, and this is what I have to work with. And I'm not complaining because it gets the job done. If I can deal with this, then this stuff will come, and then eventually I'll be able to replace this with one of the new 2017 MacBook Pros. You guys have seen those. Those things are super, super cool. What I use to edit is the entire Adobe Creative Cloud. I use Premiere Pro for all my sequences and everything. I do my intro title animations in Adobe After Effects. Any titles that have any kind of intricate editing, all done in After Effects. Basically, Adobe has been my go-to for the last 4 years. Before that, I edited with Final Cut Pro 7 and then Final Cut Pro 8. And then when Adobe CS6 was released, there was an option to actually set up Adobe Premiere like Final Cut. And that was a huge draw to me, was to not have to actually change or learn anything when changing to a new platform. So the learning curve moving to Adobe was very minimal, and that's one of the things that I really liked about it. It natively accepts all of the Sony file formats and everything. It actually deals with the 4K quite well. It exports faster when I'm keeping something 4K versus when I'm exporting from 4K to 1080p. It's just the file sizes that get super crazy when you stay in 4K. But that's my laptop. That's what I use. All of my footage is stored and backed up on, I have this and another 4 terabyte drive that everything stays on. It's just a Western Digital USB 3.0 4 terabyte drive. I do want to get a Thunderbolt drive because that would be absolutely amazing to be able to edit from Thunderbolt and not USB. But that's probably what makes it really slow. Alright guys, so that concludes my gear check video. That is everything that I use to create the videos that I make for this channel. I also forgot to mention that I do have a tripod also. It's the Manfrotto 755 XB legs with a half ball so that you can level the tripod head easily no matter what surface you're on, and then the Manfrotto 502 tripod head. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry it took so long to get this video out, but this is basically what allows me to create the videos that you guys see on this channel, and I really look forward to being able to upgrade some of this gear, move to bigger, better cameras, eventually upgrade my gimbal, move to a better laptop that will allow me to increase my workflow and everything, speed everything up. But the last month, or the last even like 2 weeks, basically after SEMA has been crazy. I've gotten almost about 1,500 new subscribers in the last 2 weeks, which has been just huge for the channel. It's actually giving me crazy motivation and actually making it seem like this is actually a reality. I could actually do this and make it happen on YouTube, and that's what I want to do. And you guys commenting, liking the videos, giving me the views and everything, subscribing to the channel, all the new subscribers are what's keeping me going. So if you're new, this is the first video you've watched on this channel, thanks for watching right to the very end. That's awesome. This is going to be like a 15 to 20 minute long video. And please go check out some of our other stuff. Go check out the 2016 demo reel, where I basically compiled or the last 10 months of my shooting into 90 seconds into a demo reel. All of the SEMA videos, all of the car features we did this summer, all of the trips that we did all over the country, basically out to Winnipeg, out to Seattle, to BC, everything. I'm gonna stop rambling though. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That's what basically gives these videos chances to show up on the main page for more people to see, more people to subscribe to the channel, more motivation for me to keep doing this stuff. Pizza.